Hi, this is Akash Srivastav, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing chapter 2 of class 10 CBSE chemistry, and the chapter is acid, bases, and salts. Okay, so in this chapter, we will discuss these topics, which are an introduction about what are acid and bases, common indicators which are used to distinguish between acid and bases, pH and its importance in daily lives, and some common salts which are used in day-to-day life, its synthesis and all. Now, what is acid? Acid are defined like this. Acid are substances which when dissolved in water produces hydronium ions or hydrogen ions. This H3O plus is called hydronium ions. This is an example when HCl, when dissolved in water, produces H3O plus Cl minus. So whatever compound which will produce H3O plus in water is an acid. Some more examples are of an acid are H2SO4, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. Many acids we face or we are familiar with in our day-to-day life is like in lemons we have citric acid, etc. Now, what are bases? Bases are defined like this: those substance which when dissolved in water produces OH minus ions. OH minus is also called hydroxyl ions. For example, NaOH when dissolved in water produces Na plus OH minus hydroxyl ions. So whatever compounds which produces hydroxyl ions will be referred to as bases. Okay, generally bases you will see in your book, or you will see that the oxides or hydroxides of compounds are bases. Now, some bases are soluble in water. Those bases are termed as alkali. This can come in exam. Alkalis are bases which are soluble in water. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. Generally, the hydroxides of sodium, potassium, ammonium, and sometimes calcium, so these are alkalis, the bases which are soluble in water. Now, what are indicators? Indicators are substances which changes color in different types of solutions. So these are indicators which change colors in acid and basic solutions. So these can be used to distinguish between whether it is an acid or a base. So the common natural indicator is litmus. Another natural indicator you can comment. It is used in our day-to-day life. You comment and tell me which is that indicator. Hint: that indicator is a common ingredient of every food to bring yellow type of color in food. So litmus is in neutral condition is purple. In when you add acid it becomes red. In base it becomes blue. Methyl orange is another indicator which is pink in acid and yellow and basic type of solutions. Phenolphthalein is colorless, it remains colorless in acid. Okay, if there is no changes color, that is also an observation, and if it change in colors, that is obviously an observation. Alkaline phenolphthalein is pink in color. When you add an acid, it changes to colorless, and in basic solution, it remains pink. Okay. Now, next is what is pH? pH is defined as the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration expressed in moles per liter of the solution. But what we do with the definition? What does means with the value of pH? What can you know? So pH generally has value from 1 to 14. So when a substance which has pH value 7, it is neutral, and if the pH value is greater than 7, then the compound you can call it as basic or alkaline in nature. And if the pH value is less than 7, the compound is acidic. Can you tell an example uh, of a pH 7? Okay, let me tell you that pH is equal to 7 for pure water. You can note down, it can come. These are some points from pH and acid and bases which is important for your exam, like our body works within the pH range of 7 to 7.8. If pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, it is called acid rain. Tooth decay starts when pH is below 5.5. Uh, Sometimes B gives a sting which leaves acid. The place gets swollen, so we put mild bases like baking soda to get relief. During indigestion, we call acidity. Stomach produces acid, much acid. Okay, so it causes pain or irritation. So what we use bases which are called antacids in common words. Okay, now some common salts or compounds which are used in our home or not in a home, which are used also in means in large scale synthesis. So some of them are sodium hydroxide. Okay, now one thing you can note down which can come in your exam, that aqueous solution of sodium chloride. Aqueous means water. Hmm, okay, there is some mistake. Sorry, aqueous solution of not sodium hydroxide. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride is called brine. In exam comes, then you can note it down. So this is the way by which sodium hydroxide is synthesized from NaCl and water to produce sodium hydroxide, chlorine, and this. This is produced by chloroalkali. This process is called chloroalkali process. Chlor for chlorine gas, alkali. This reaction is done as electrolysis. Okay, you next is bleaching powder. It is produced when calcium hydroxide is treated with chlorine. This is bleaching powder. Calcium hydroxide is a common name which is known as slaked lime. Bleaching powder is used in industries or like textile industries, used as oxidizing agent, also used as a disinfectant in drinking water to make it free of germs. Sometimes also used where in a place which is slippery you put it and the place becomes rough. So these are some of the uses of bleaching powder. Now when you want to eat something crispy or want to eat some cake, you use this baking soda. and this is the way by which it is produced. This is baking soda, NaCl, water, CO2, ammonia combined to give ammonium chloride and sodium bicarbonate, which is commonly known as baking soda. Now, washing soda for washing clothes. So, this is produced by reacting sodium carbonate with water. Next is plaster of Paris. Now, here I have written opposite. Actually, this is gypsum and this is plaster of Paris. When gypsum, it is formed from gypsum by heating, okay, and plaster of Paris changes to gypsum once again to give a hard solid mass. Okay, so in this way is the synthesis. So thank you so much. You comment and tell what you liked, what you did not like, and uh, what you want to learn in the next class. Thank you so much.